King Vikram and the three silliest, most delicate princes. The mischievous ghost. Imagine a jungle at night. It was a little bit spooky, but mostly just very dark and filled with the sounds of hooting owls and chirping crickets. Brave King Vikram was marching through the crunchy leaves, carrying a very unusual partner on his back. It was the Betal. The Betal was a mischievous magical ghost who liked to hang upside down from trees like a bat. As King Vikram carried him, the Betal giggled a funny, ghostly giggle. King Vikram, you're so brave and strong, but this work is boring. Let's play our favorite game. I will tell you a story with a puzzle at the end. If you know the answer, you must tell me. If you keep your lips zipped tight, your head will go pop. But if you talk, whoosh, I get to fly away. King Vikram just sighed, kept his mouth tightly shut, and nodded. The Betal began his tale. The Betal's story. The Palace of Pillows. Once upon a time, in a bright and sunny kingdom, there lived a king who has 3 daughters. The king loved his daughters so much that he wanted them to be perfectly safe and comfy all the time. They lived in a palace filled with the fluffiest blankets, the softest silk pillows, and rugs as squishy as marshmallows. Because they were so protected, they became the most delicate, sensitive princess in the whole wide world. One sunny afternoon, the first princess was taking a cozy nap in a royal garden. A gentle little breeze blew past a flower bush. Swish! A single, soft, pink lotus petal floated through the air and landed right on the princess's arm. Boop! Ouchie! The first princess cried out. Believe it or not, that soft little flower petal was so heavy to her that it left a little red bruise on her arm. Later that evening, the second princess was sitting in her super quiet, fluffy bedroom. Suddenly, she covered her ears and said, Oh my goodness, it hurts! Miles and miles away, far outside the palace walls, a farmer was mashing up some wheat with a wooden pounder. Thump, thump. Even though the farmer was super far away, the tiny sounds traveling through the air was too much for her delicate ears and gave her a terrible headache. That night, the third princess went to sleep by her open window. The sky was clear and a big, beautiful, smiling full moon was shining bright. The soft, silvery moonlight beamed right onto her skin while she snoozed. But when she woke up the next morning, she was crying. The soft moonlight has been so heavy on her delicate skin that it gave her a tiny blister. The king couldn't believe it. His daughters were just too delicate. The Betal stopped his story, leaned over King Vikram's shoulder and whispered, Now, smart King Vikram, put on your thinking cap. The first sister was hurt by a little flower petal. The second sister was hurt by a far away sound. The third sister was hurt by the moonlight. Tell me, which of the 3 sisters was the most delicate of all? Tell me the truth, or your head would go pop. King Vikramaditya was a very smart man. He thought about how the world works, and before he could stop himself, he blurted out the answer. The third princess was the most delicate. Oh, really? Asked the Betal with a cheeky smile. Why? Because of science. King Vikram explained. A flower petal is a real thing you can touch. Even if it is super light, it still weighs something. The sound of the farmer Smashing wheat creates real vibrations in the air that bounces into your ears. But moonlight is just light. It weighs absolutely nothing at all. If the third princess was hurt by something that weighs zero, she is definitely the most delicate. The Betal clapped his ghostly hands and cheered. Yay! You are so smart, King Vikram. Your answer is absolutely perfect. But, look what you just did. You talked. King Vikram gasped and covered his mouth. He has forgotten to keep his lips zipped. See you later, King. The Betal laughed, and with a giant whoosh, the ghost wiggled right off the king's back, zoomed up into the starry night sky, and flew all the way back to his favorite upside down branch on the old banyan tree. King Vikram just shook his head, smiled a little bit, and turned around to go catch the tricky ghost all over again.